Warning: federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107.
Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus, yeah. Celebrities. Let's talk about caring events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on Peachy Time. Tune in on Peachy Time. Come join us on Peachy Time. Join us on Peachy Time. Yeah.
In order for y'all to do what God is calling y'all to do, to take y'all platform to where it's a plateau and it can go to levels that you never seen, they'll best believe it's gonna come with devils.
You know what I'm saying? Every time I speak, I want to shiver. You know, I don't want them to be like they know what I'm going to say because it's polite. But I know if I keep talking about how dirty it is out here, somebody going to clean it up.
Upon arrival, they discovered that 24-year-old Kyla Cooper had been fatally shot. Detectives believe the shooting occurred following a verbal altercation that occurred between Kyla Cooper and Arkia Tate. Ms. Tate was arrested and is facing charges of felony murder, aggravated assault, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony.
Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus, yeah. Celebrities. Let's talk about caring events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on Peachy Time. Tune in on Peachy Time. Come join us on Peachy Time. Join us on Peachy Time. Yeah.
In order for y'all to do what God is calling y'all to do, to take y'all platform to where it's a plateau and it can go to levels that you never seen, they'll best believe it's gonna come with devils.
You know what I'm saying? Every time I speak, I want to shiver. You know, I don't want them to be like they know what I'm going to say because it's polite. But I know if I keep talking about how dirty it is out here, somebody going to clean it up.
Hey y'all, I don't know what's going on right now with my background, but don't worry about it. It will be fixed very, very soon. It will be fixed. And then Tamika calling. Tamika, I'm in the middle of my show. I'm in the middle of my show, so I cannot answer right now. But okay, y'all, so we just gonna have to do what it do. I feel like my mic is not working right, so hold on. Let me see if I can fix my mic right quick, y'all. Here. All right, is that better? Is that better? I don't know. I might have to turn it off and turn it back on. But for right now, I am about to bring us Charlotte while I try to see what I can do. Because I don't. Oh, hold on. No, I did that. Let me see. I'm the missus. The missus with the kisses, baby. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Let me hurry up. I am about to bring up Charlotte while I try to fix this. Charlotte.
Going on? Good afternoon, good evening, good day, whatever it is at this point.
Yes, 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 yes. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. There you go.
How you doing?
Girl, I don't know. I don't know how I'm doing. I'm just trying to figure it out. There you go.
That's all we can do is try to figure it out.
Baby,
Okay.
everything is live over here on Peachy Time. Everything is live over here on Peachy Time. So I'm just glad my kids be over here. I don't know if they be messing with stuff or not, but I can tell that my mic is not working properly. So I will be trying to fix it during the show. Yes.
We hear you. You sound good, so.
Thank you. I sure appreciate it. I sure appreciate it. Now, Charlotte, we got a show tonight.
Okay.
We got a show for y'all tonight. When I tell y'all, this show is personal to me. Charlotte, when I tell you I met this lady, shout out to Demisha. I met Demisha. Let's start with this. Everything is allegedly, but we do our research, and we got the family on tonight.
Okay.
And then also explicit language. So I want to make sure I get that out the way. But I met this young lady 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, going on 3 years, if not 3 years. And I met her because she wanted to come on the show. She wanted to come on the show. And I'm like, cool, you come on. And then it wasn't on God's time.
Okay. I remember. Okay.
You remember? The guy was like, nah, this ain't the time right now. But me and this young lady became friends between then and now. I love Demisha dearly. Demisha has helped out with Peachy Time. She has helped out with me. Like, she's just truly, truly, truly a genuine, wonderful lady.
They say all in God's timing. All in God's timing.
All in God's timing. And we have finally made it to the show.
Okay.
I've seen shows like this on the news, other platforms covering it without the parents being on the show, all of it. But tonight we have Kyla Cooper, mother, Demisha Cooper, and we have Kyla Cooper, sister, Ashanti Cooper. And they are here tonight to tell the story of Kyla Cooper. A lot of platforms, Charlotte, covered this story.
Okay.
A lot of them. Demisha was out there, front and center. Take that down. I don't want that up there. Take it down. But it took off. Viral, so many platforms. But no one has had Demisha or Ashanti on the platform.
Okay. First and only, one and only. Okay.
Exactly. Not only is that, you all, we also have the letter that the young lady that took Kyla's life, she wrote a letter to Demisha, sentencing day. And we have the letter, and we will be reading the letter tonight. Okay. So, let's get started.
All right. Now, excited.
Yes. We finna hear it. We finna hear the story. And Demisha got some shit she got to say. She got some things she got to say. All y'all out there, because I know y'all out there, because I see y'all out there. But all y'all out there that has something to say, Not knowing the full story, Demisha got some things she got to say. So, Charlotte, before we bring our guest up tonight, is there anything you want to say tonight before we get started?
No, I just want us to be, and I haven't heard the story, so I saw bits and pieces, but I just want us to be open-minded. I want us to all, take in and take heed to what's about to be said. I'm excited to hear the story. I'm excited to talk to both of them about, what took place and what has gone on since then. So,
Exactly. And I want everyone to know, I've been doing this for, it'll be 5 years on April 30th. Like Charlotte said, have an open mind. And what I'm going to say after that is, remember, this is Demisha's daughter. No matter what, this is her daughter. She loved her dearly, just like we love our kids. But sometimes we make bad choices in life.
we all have.
Exactly, we all have. But if you are me and Charlotte, Demisha and Shanti, and everybody, all of y'all that's out there watching, you are able to sit here and watch this show tonight. That means God gave you a chance. God gave you another chance. Unfortunately, Kyla didn't have another chance. Like we have had several chances. So please, like Charlotte said, let's have an open mind and help this family get through this. Celebrate Kyla, but at the same time, we finna say somebody's daughter tonight. All right? So let's go ahead, baby, and bring up our Miss Demisha and Shanti Cooper. Yeah! Yes. What's up, y'all? What's good?
Hey,
Pretty
hello.
ladies.
Thank you.
Yes, mother and daughter up here. I must say this. I say it on the beginning of every show and forgot to say it today because there was so much going on at the beginning of the show. What's goody in your city, baby? Everything over here good on my block, baby. So go ahead and stay away. Stay away from Charlotte and stay away from Demisha and Shanti blocks. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
So let's go ahead, y'all, and get this show started. Demisha and Shanti, please let everyone know a little bit about yourselves.
I am Ashanti. I am Kyla's favorite sister. I am 23. I almost just lied about my age. I do have a son and two beautiful nieces that are my bonus kids. That's all I can think of right now.
I almost forgot I was 23. Oh my God. So nice to almost forget being 23.
Did say she was just about to laugh.
Okay.
Yeah. And the mother, the beautiful mother, Demisha Cooper. Tell us a little bit about yourself, ma'am.
Okay.
And start off with, I'm smart as hell.
Yes. Okay. Well, I don't have an age because I don't remember. Of course, I'm a mother of. I still say 4. I'm a mother of 4, and I have 3 beautiful grandkids. This is my first time really on live, so because her Facebook lives don't work. So I really don't know what to say. But I'm ready to talk about this show. Honestly,
I was very uncomfortable. I am still a little uncomfortable right now talking about it, but I am ready to discuss it and go ahead and get it out the way because I don't want to keep repeating it. You know, I don't want to feel like I forgot to tell this person that this person that, you know. So I'm ready to. And then plus, Miss Peachy, you are my dear friend. You are the only reason I'm really doing this because outside of you, everybody know me. I will hide on your ass. I will leave. I won't talk to you. I won't care who you is. So this right here is something totally different. And the reason why I am doing this is not because of me. It's because of Kyla. Kyla, everybody who knows my daughter knows that she will be in the spotlight 24/7. And this is Kyla's world, and we just living in it. So I'ma always feel that way. So I'ma do what I'ma do what I need to do, you know. I'm gonna get this done and over with, and then let it be. This is my closure. This is my peace.
Amen.
You know, because I'm not gonna want to talk about it after this. You know, I had to discuss it with some people before I came on here because you know I give them their much respect, and I know they're watching, and they earn their respect. And the reason why I told them because I almost didn't tell nobody, so, but I had to get this out. So that's everything about me right now.
All right, all right. Now I'm gonna need you to scoot back just a little bit so that we can see your full face in a video. Yeah, like that. Like that.
Okay.
Beautiful, beautiful girl, beautiful. So, like Demisha said, we did meet each other through someone else. We ain't got to mention her name, but we met through someone else. And wasn't it months before Kyla? I mean after. Months it was months after.
It was afterwards.
Yeah, it wasn't even a full year yet.
No. Yeah, I don't even think it was like probably like it was that month actually that it happened that I met you.
Okay.
Like maybe 30 days, 30, 40 days.
Okay. Yeah. Before she met me. We didn't see each other. We met each other over the phone. And when I tell you guys, we just clicked. We just clicked. And we talked on the phone all the time. Demisha has told me things that she have not even discussed with her family. And Demisha always just say, "You my therapist. I don't need to go see a therapist. You gonna be my therapist." And I'm like, okay. Whatever you say, girl, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. And we just clicked. Literally, we just clicked. And we got other things coming up in the future. So this is not going to be you guys' last time seeing Demisha. Y'all know I like to move in silence. So we definitely got something coming up. I'm very excited about it. She's excited about it. But we have wanted to do this show for a long time. It's been almost 3 years. And we're now here doing the show.
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years. I'm sorry, almost 2 years. And we are now here doing the show. So let's go ahead and get started. Demisha. Let's get started with how Miss Kyla was when Miss Kyla was born into this world, baby. Tell us what she was. We want to know as toddlers. You know what I'm saying? What was was she your oldest?
Yes, Kyla was my oldest.
Okay.
Kyla was if my mother is watching right now, I'm not sure she is, but she was a grandmother's baby, you know. I had her in 12th grade. I was in 12th grade.
Okay.
I actually went back to school before I was supposed to go back to school, but Kyla was the high school baby. They let me do what I wanted to do in high school, but all the teachers made sure I graduated because I was, you know, not just because I was pregnant with Kyla, but you know, I was still going to school, and my parents weren't playing that anyways. I had to go. They didn't care what I did. I had to graduate. Kyla was born in. Can you hear? Okay.
Let's go back.
Kyla was born. So Kyla was born in 99. She was a happy baby. She was my juicy baby. Actually, Kyla, she loved Barbie dolls. She loved Brat. She used
I was
to
gonna say she
be
loved Bratz. She
yes.
didn't like Barbie dolls. She
She
liked
loved
Bratz.
Brat. She was crazy about her dolls. She used to fight her brothers, her sisters, anybody who existed. She always loved to go somewhere. Kyla was very adventurous, all the way to a grown woman. You know, very, very adventurous. She didn't care.
She definitely is the that's the family problem child right there. Everybody had to worry about Kyla because that's party girl. She did everything. She didn't say no, she didn't turn down no activity. She didn't, if you had anything to do, she was the one to do it for you or with you all the time, every single time. Yep. She definitely was an outside brat. She might have loved them brat dolls that was all pretty and cute, but she definitely loved to be outside too. She was outside all the time, at the creek, at the lake, at the pond, at the river, at the beach. As long as it had water, she went. She made sure she went.
She was the first grandchild on both sides.
I was just gonna say that she was the first grandchild
on both sides, her mother and her father's side.
Oh, she was spoiled.
Yeah, she was spoiled all the way. All the way. Kyla was just and in my mother's eyes, Kyla did nothing wrong. Nothing. Nothing wrong.
Wow.
Nothing wrong.
How many years apart is Shanti and Kyla?
I'm born in 03. She 99. We 4 years apart.
4 years.
4 years and a couple of months. Yep.
But she do have brothers.
That's
in between.
I only got one brother in between.
I mean, but she do have brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so many.
Okay. Now, when did you start seeing, or if you did, even if you did, start seeing a change in Kyla? Like around what age?
So to be honest with you, Kyla did homeschool for a while, and Ashanti. Both of them was in homeschool. Once I put them in regular school, I didn't grow up a perfect life. I'm not even gonna say I lived a perfect life either. I did a lot. But my kids, they was always with me. They knew what I was doing, they knew what was going on, But Kyla started changing when she was around 15. 16 when I brought her to live in Decatur.
She had a different couple changing points because she was the angel child when we were kids, and then around about 10, 11, 12, she turned up on everybody in the family and she didn't listen to nobody but grandma. And then about 15, 16, when she came back with us in Decatur, she changed again. She was a little bit more calmer. She calmed down a little bit more. Then she had the babies that set her down. It didn't just calm her down, but it set her down. She didn't really go nowhere. She didn't go out as much as she used to. And the year that we lost her, that was the best Kyla ever, because that was the completely changed Kyla. That was the Kyla that had started working on herself. Like we said, Kyla was definitely a spoiled brat, but Kyla went to work, came home every single day. The girls were straight. She was doing everything she was supposed to do the year 2024 for sure.
Okay.
So she matured a lot. So her children helped her to mature a lot.
Yes.
That's what it sounds like. That's exactly what it sounds like. So, Demisha, what type of trouble was she getting in at the time?
Okay. Which time? You said what type of trouble was she getting into?
Yeah, was she getting into any trouble?
Well, Kyla did have I'm not even gonna say it was a temper. It was a temper, but it's just like a lot of young ladies now. They just go so crazy, so hard, and when Kyla didn't come to live with me until she was 15. So of course we had our differences. She didn't want to listen to me. Everything I was saying wasn't the best thing ever to say, Once she got in Columbia High School, she was fighting. She did. She was fighting in Columbia High School. She fought
Okay.
everywhere she went. She did fight, but that's because she wasn't finna let. She was a Leo. She wasn't finna let nobody tell her anything. She just fought. You know, she just was being Kyla. That's why I say Kyla's world. Kyla was being Kyla. Everybody know how Kyla was. She'll blow up on you in a minute, but she's the sweetest person to you in the end.
That's everybody's favorite person.
She'll cuss you out. Believe me, and Kyla we done had our blows, we done had our moments that we done got into it, but she was still had that calm moment about her. She'll show up no matter where I'm at, she'll show up where I'm at. I don't care what I'm doing, where I'm at, she'll figure out where I'm at and come where I'm at. If she want to act a fool with me, she will, or with anybody else. But she did. She fought, you know.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm sure you talk to her a lot. You know what I'm saying? As far as trying to tell her the right way to go and everything like that. Did you just have to one day just be like, throw your hands up or wash your hands?
No.
No.
I never really threw my hands up for my kids. I fought to the end.
Okay.
I will fight to the end. Honestly, I fought this whole world about Kyla. I went to a lot of people about Kyla. I talked to a lot of different people about Kyla, but it was just a lot. It was, and I don't like to speak bad about, you know, people, but she did have daddy issues. She didn't have like a man that would guide her in the correct direction. Like I was guided in with my dad. My dad showed me. He showed me a lot. She didn't have that, you know. I did try to talk to her, and I wasn't the only one that tried to talk to her. Other people tried to talk to her, say something to her, you know. And I always still seen that potential in her where she was going. Well, I felt like she was going to change. I don't know. Just feel kind of weird talking about it now. It's kind of, I guess hearing myself speak about it, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. I get it. Now, Kyla had 2 kids. Right, Shanti?
Yes, that's correct. 2 little girls. Naomi and Naya.
All right. Mm-hmm. Now, when all this occurred, Kyla had a boyfriend. But it was not the 2 kids' father.
No.
Correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Did y'all know of any type of domestic violence with him and Kyla, and how long was they together?
Kyla and her boyfriend?
Yes.
No. Not necessarily, not like physical. No, of course, you know, everyone in relationships argue all the time. Kyla is hot-headed, so it has been a couple of times she got mad and probably did something crazy like stand outside and yell or say she not leaving or something. But physical wise, no. And him and her only had been together for about a year. It was just making it up to a year. I want to say they met a little before her birthday. Maybe in July. I want to say they met around July. So it was almost a year they had been together.
Okay.
But nothing domestic. Their relationship they didn't have no bad relationship. Their relationship was good. They had their moments and their times because they both were young at age and trying to experience life separately but together. But as far as domestic, like physical, no.
Well, you know, in a mother's eyes, in my eyes, I felt like she was so head over heels for this guy where it was nothing nobody could say. No matter what. It's like she just was not herself. You know, I don't know. I don't even know how old he is. I honestly don't know how old he is. But it's like he had a hold over her. You know, I'm not gonna say they was fighting physically, but mentally they was not meant to be together.
Okay.
I don't, you know.
What were your
before-
concerns? What were your concerns with him and her?
Well, one time they got into it so bad where he spit on her. And I'm the type of person I am, I lose my mind when certain things happen to my kids. I lose it. I go really extra further than what I really I'm not even gonna say what I'm supposed to do because I'm supposed to go further because I'm a mother. But you know, to me, once he did that, that's nothing that a female should still deal with a man about. But he still had her coming back. You know, she still came back. She hid away from us. I didn't know what she was. You know, it just didn't feel right. Them two together. You know, and then before she passed away, that's when I started hearing about a lot of things between her and another female before she passed away. You know, a lot of young people. I tell Ashanti and I tell all her friends and everybody. Talk to me. Tell me stuff. Tell me what's going on. Tell me so I can know. Because if I knew half the stuff that I know now, she'll still be here.
What were some of the things that you were hearing?
I believe I wouldn't say that they weren't meant to be together. I think that when we're younger, around our age, we get a little confused between love and a feeling of what we haven't actually experienced before. If Kyla was to tell it, him and her relationship would have been her best relationship because it wasn't physical. Or because he was doing things that she never experienced before with other guys, and so that probably one of her favorite relationships, honestly. But he did get so angry. He did get so mad. The smallest things that he did upset her, and it did bother her because, like I said, the year 2024 is the year that she was trying to better herself as a person and be different. And that was my first time seeing my child do everything that I wanted my child to do. She took care of her. She was with her kids all the time. She worked all the time. She was doing everything, but it was like he was pulling her away, like stay away. And then before that, she really stopped being around everybody. She's just be around him. She stopped going around her family. She stopped all that. She didn't tell us where she was. She'd be in the woods somewhere at the cabins with him. We didn't even know nothing.
Did you have a complaint? Did you tell her that you thought he wasn't good for her? What was she hiding from?
Until the day that Kyla passed, a week before Kyla passed, me and her was not on good terms at all. Me and her was not on good terms.
Sit back some, Demisha. Sit back some.
Me and her cussed each other. Me and her, we was cussing each other out and everything. It was because of the guy, because I didn't want her with him. I seen her. Sense. Yes, and she wasn't being, how she was with the past guy. She wasn't the same person at all in her mind, mentally. I seen her trying to do everything, and then it was like he had a stronghold on her. I don't know. It was something else. Nobody had control over Kyla. Nobody. It was a scary moment. It was a scary thing.
Okay. Now we about to play the first video. But before we get into this video, at the time of Kyla, how old was Kyla?
24.
Okay, Kyla was 24. So at the age of 24, did Kyla come to you, Demisha, or you, Shanti, and tell y'all that she was pregnant?
Yes.
The same day.
She actually told not just us, like when you go through her Facebook Messenger, when we went through her messages, She told everybody, all of our friends. She texted everybody, said, "Guess what? I got something to tell you." She actually told all of us that.
The last thing Kyla said to me was that she was pregnant. We apologized, and she said she was sorry for what was going on. She said, we both said, "I love you," and she told me I'll be back. She's supposed to come back and spend the night with me, my best friend Michelle, and Cupcake. She was supposed to come back to our house and stay the night with us. That was the last time that I seen her, but she left because when she said she was pregnant, she called him and told him that she was pregnant, and he said he told her that he didn't believe her to come take the test in front of her, and that's why she left.
That's why she went over there.
That's why she left.
All right. Now we are about to play the first news broadcasting clip, and when we come back, Demisha and Shanti will let us all know how this other young lady come to play a part in this story, which is the lady that stole Kyla away from us. The girl.
Yeah.
The girl. Here we go.
The girl.
Look, Demisha like the girl. The girl. Okay. And y'all, I really want y'all to pay attention to this story tonight. Not my bird in the background. I'm going to put the cover over the bird. I can't wait till my mama knows. Mama Peach, if you out there, I cannot wait for you to move into this house so you can take this bird right on back with you. Because it's interrupting Peachy tea time. But I want y'all to all pay attention. Pay attention to the clips. Pay attention to what Demisha and Shanti is saying. And pay attention to what Charlotte and myself. The outsiders looking in. And we're just on the platform. That's it. So, all right, here go the first clip. Here we go.
A pregnant woman was killed at a home in Rockdale County. We've just learned new details about it. I'm Lana Harris.
And I'm Rick Fulbaum, and let's fill you in on what we know. Rockdale County police telling us.
Oh, I ain't never
Hold on. Hold on. It ain't y'all.
A pregnant woman was killed at a home in Rockdale County. We've just learned new details about it. I'm Lana Harris.
And I'm Rick Fulbaum, and let's fill you in on what we know. Rockdale County police telling us that they made the gruesome discovery just before 1 o'clock this morning along Gulf View Terrace in Conyers. That's about 28 miles or so southeast of Atlanta. Atlanta News First Don Shipman is live outside the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office.
Don, you just got an update. What do you know?
Yeah, the Sheriff's Office just releasing the names of those involved and is telling us that Arkia Tate is charged with felony murder, accused of killing Kyla Cooper.
A neighborhood in unincorporated Rockdale County rocked by gunfire in the middle of the night.
It's a lot. It's a lot because she was out here for hours.
I just talked to her today. I ordered the lift, so I feel messed up. I feel hurt.
Authorities say deputies arrived to this Conyers duplex in the 2500 block of Gulf View Terrace shortly after 1 a.m. to discover a woman shot to death. The victim's cousin DJ, too upset to go on camera, says that he had just ordered her a lift to her boyfriend's house shortly after she took a pregnancy test. His cousin, in her mid-20s, a mother of a 4- and 5-year-old, was excited to tell her boyfriend she was pregnant. While she was delivering the news, her boyfriend's other girlfriend showed up.
So her and my cousin got to arguing, which led to him and her arguing, and one thing led to another, and she got shot. That's all I know.
It was just a lot of screaming and a lot of crying.
Neighbors waking up to the sounds of arguing in the driveway, then the loud bang of a single gunshot. Their tree-lined street turned into a crime scene. Rockdale County detectives spending several hours collecting evidence and interviewing witnesses.
Well, I heard a lot of arguing and heard a lot of, I heard some thumps, and then I heard the shot. And after the shot, car alarm went off. And I looked out the window, and there was a car flying down the street with lights off.
So again, arrests being made in this case. That person's name is Arkea Tate. She is charged with felony murder, also aggravated assault and possession of a firearm. We'll continue, of course, to follow this and bring you the latest as we get it. We're live here in
All right, we are back, y'all. We are back, and we do have other videos that we will be playing tonight, just as well. Also, a tribute video, Kyla's tribute video that be made for the families each and every time that they come on to Peachy Tea Time. All right, so Demisha, let's go ahead and get started.
Okay. And I feel better now. I had to collect myself for a second.
Okay.
No, girl,
it's your baby.
Exactly. It's your baby, and these are things that we expect on Peachy Tea Time. So do not hold back or anything like that, because at the end of the day, when you leave here, I'm gonna call Shanti, and Shanti gonna say, "My mama is so much better now." It ain't gonna take it all away, but it'll make you feel better.
Okay? And you're not gonna have to tell it again.
Oh yeah.
And you don't have to tell it again. So, okay, Demisha, let's start with what happened. Let's start with the beginning. The beginning of that day that you could remember.
Okay. So I remember it was still light outside. This had to be around 5, 6, 7 or something like that. Kyla popped up at the house. Because she was gone, a week before that. She was gone for a whole week with him. I didn't know where she was or anything. When she came, she walked straight past me, acting like I didn't exist, acting like, oh, I'm finna talk to everybody else in the house but Kyla. But her mama. But everywhere Kyla went, everybody loved Kyla. So of course they were still gonna talk to Kyla or whatever. Mm-hmm. But she came, she went and talked to them. She came to the house to come talk to me. I didn't even know she was about to say she was pregnant or anything. So by the time I got in the kitchen where she was, she told me she wanted to talk to me. She sat down on top of the freezer and she started crying. And she said she just wanted to tell me she loved me. And she said she's sorry for talking to me in a kind of way. And she gonna make sure she get everything better. She gonna do better. She told me she called and apologized to so many people. I don't know why she did this, honestly. But she told me she called and apologized to a lot of people. She said she was telling people she gonna pay them back, do right, do everything that she, because she was out here wild, acting crazy out here with whoever doing whatever, but she calmed down a whole lot. And she said that she just wanted to let me know that she was pregnant. She said she took a pregnancy test, and she did. She took a pregnancy test while she was there at the house. And they said it was saying that she was pregnant, but she wasn't sure. And no, my daughter, I wasn't sure either if she really was, but she said she wanted to call him and tell him that she was pregnant. He was the one that dropped her off at my house.
He already, Kyla, he already knew that she had thought that she was pregnant.
I forgot about it.
Kyla, yeah, she's crazy. When she's in love to the extreme, and she would do anything to keep that person around. So prior to this, Kyla did lie about pregnancy. And she did tell him that she was pregnant before, months prior to this. So when she took the very first pregnancy test she took before she went to my mom's house, she told earlier that morning, it had to be like 8 o'clock in the morning. It was so early because Kyla don't get up until after 11, but she was up real early that day. I stay across the street from where her and her boyfriend was staying. She walked across the street. She came over here and she told me that she was pregnant. being the fact that anytime she ever lied about her pregnancy, she always told me if she was lying or not. I off the back believed her, but nobody else was going to believe that unless she took a pregnancy test in front of them. She also told me that she was getting ready. She was finna have her shot to get ready to drop her off to my mom's house. The day that she passed away, being the fact that it was after 12 o'clock, it was Rashad's birthday. That's why she had done left the week prior for a whole week and didn't tell nobody. I guess they went to the cabins or something like that, and there was no service out there. So nobody knew where she was at, but she was gone for a whole week.
And I freaked out.
I think we all freaked out. The day that I really freaked out, they actually came back. And she told me how good of a time they had and everything they did.
But mind you now, I haven't talked to her. So this whole week, and we have Life 360, so it showed me their location.
Mm-hmm.
And on the location for a whole week, it was saying that Kyla was in the woods. And being the person I am, I really believe that she was in the woods and didn't nobody know where she at. So I was calling everybody, cussing everybody out because did nobody want to go with me to the woods. Well, I was about to go to the woods to look for her, but she showed up at my house.
And after she told me, she did get ready to leave and go to my mom's house so that she could tell my mom in person because nobody was going to believe her over the phone. And I think a couple times we had told my mama that Kyla was pregnant again. The whole family that Kyla was pregnant again anyways, because we thought it was funny because everybody was scared for Kyla to have another baby. She was not ready for no more kids. She was okay with the 3 we had. But she did tell me that she was going to my mom's house to let her know that she was pregnant or whatever the case was, and that she would be back the next day. She did not tell me she was coming back the same day. She told me that she would be back the next day.
But she told me that he dropped her off because, what's his name? Oh, because the landlord said that he was coming.
Yeah, I don't know what and truth be told, he could have had any fake excuse because when we heard the girl tell her side of the story, as soon as Kyla left, she came. And she had been there all day until Kyla came.
So that was her time to spend his birthday with him.
So he wasn't expecting Kyla to come back.
No, he knew.
No,
he wasn't expecting the girl to come back.
Yes, he asked for Kyla to come back.
Okay.
He was just, it sounds like from when she told her side of the story that he invited her over there and he spent her time with her. And after they did what they did, he told the girl that he had to go take care of his mom and that he was getting ready to leave the house, and the girl left. And then he called Kyla and told Kyla to come back, and Kyla called everybody until she could get a ride.
But in the meantime, the girl was driving around.
Yes, the girl said she never went back home. The girl stayed somewhere in Atlanta, but she never went back home to Atlanta. She stayed. She said she stayed in Conyers all day.
They said they found receipts. She went to Walmart. She drove around all day waiting to see.
She waited
to come back
to his house. She said she went to the liquor store. She went to Walmart. Everything. She said that she was supposed to come back later on that night. To spend his birthday with him, to go into his birthday with him. I'm not sure what time Kyla came back because from my acknowledgement, she wasn't supposed to come back that night.
It had to be like around between 9 and 10 that she left my house.
When she did get back, she did her normal routine. She came in, she made dinner, got in the shower. I guess after she got out the shower, or before she got in the shower, she had texted me and told me that she made it back home and that she was getting ready to get into bed, but I did not see the text message. By then, I was already in the bed and dozing off, almost asleep. I want to say it had to be like around 11 o'clock. My room is in the back of my house, and my dad's girlfriend room is in the front. And from the window, you can see exactly where he stayed from my dad's window. You can see his top window and his whole left side of the house. You can't really see the front door like that, or the driveway. Especially, you cannot see the driveway because it's a huge tree blocking the driveway. Around 11, my stepmom did come to my room and wake me up and tell me that Kyla and her boyfriend was outside arguing. Being the fact that Kyla told me that she was going to my mom's house, I did not. I told my stepmom, no, that's not Kyla. Kyla's at my mom's house. And she walked back out and she shut the door. A little more time went by. I'm not sure how much time because I started to doze back off. She came back in there and told me again that Kyla was outside arguing, that it had to be Kyla. She heard her voice. We could tell Kyla's voice. But then again, I said it again. I know for sure Kyla's at my mom's house because she don't have no way of getting around. It's late. I'm already in bed. And that wasn't the first time that Kyla got into an argument outside of the house and somebody came to the door or to the window to tell me that she's outside arguing, go outside and calm her down. But I honestly did not believe that Kyla was here. I thought that she was still with my mom because anytime she comes back, she'll tell me to come over or ask me what I'm doing or something like that. But I didn't see any messages from her at all. After she walked back out my room, it could be no more than 1 minute, not even a whole 30 seconds, a gun went off. After we heard it was only one shot. After we heard the one shot go off, I jumped up out the bed and my dad's girlfriend came back in the room and she told me that she's 100% positive that it was Kyla outside arguing because she hears her boyfriend outside screaming to the top of his lungs, saying, "Why did you do this? Why did you do this?" I called my boyfriend at the time and my boyfriend at the time stayed with me. And my brother, he stays in the same building. We stay in townhouses. So he stays in the same building as me, but just on the other side of me. I called him and my boyfriend and asked them could they go outside and check because it was already dark and the gun had went off. I didn't know what was going on. They went outside for a little longer than usual. They went outside for sure, and before they could even come back in and tell me what was going on, I kind of already had an idea because he was outside screaming to the top of his lungs. And I called my mom and just told her to just come. I don't know what happened. I don't know who shot who or what's going on, but a gun went off and she needs to come as soon as possible. Honestly, I don't even think time went by. She came so fast. I don't remember if we got off the phone or not. I'm not sure. But she did come. As soon as she came, it was like all hell broke loose. Everybody in the neighborhood came outside. I don't know exactly what happened because I couldn't go outside. My mom says she don't remember exactly what happened, but from friends and family members, they say that when my mom pulled up, my mom and him got into it a little bit because he was trying to see what was going on, and he was upset that she was blaming him, and he was blaming my mom back or whatever, saying how her and my mom don't get along or whatever the case was, trying to make my mom feel some type of way, and they end up putting him in handcuffs and having my mom to come inside of the house. When the girl told her side of the story, she said that she did come back. She said before she came back, she called him a couple times. He didn't answer. She texted him. He didn't respond. She came back to the house. She said she pulled past the house and she drove down to the bottom of the street to the stop sign. And she turned around and backed into the driveway. She said she seen that his car was outside. So that made her get out the car and go to the door. At the time, she said that she thought that he probably was just in there sleeping or something. She went and grabbed the alcohol bottle that she had just bought for him and her keys. I believe she said she had food or something like that in her hand or whatever the case was. And she walked to the front door. She went to the front door. She knocked. There's no doorbell on that door at the house at all. But she said she continuously knocked and nobody came to the door. She assumed that he could not hear her because his room is upstairs. So she walked around to the back door and started knocking on the back door. And he came outside he came to the window, not to the door. He came to the window, was yelling out the window from the top window, asking her, "What is she doing here?" and she was saying she wanted to spend his birthday with him, and she thought that he was at his mom's, and what is he doing? Come to the door. And he just kept telling her, nah, go home. Why you here? I didn't tell you to come back, just go home. And she said that she wasn't trying to leave because she did come to spend the time with him. All the way up until Kyla came to not the same window he was in, but a different room. The room next to him, window upstairs, and she was yelling out the window, who are you? What are you doing here? Who are you to him? And she said she couldn't really see who Kyla was at the time, but she could tell that it was a female yelling out the window, and that was her cue to walk away. I guess he ended up coming downstairs to the back door, opened up the back door and talking to her, and telling her to leave. And she said, he went back in the house and she started to walk back around the house. And by the time she made it to the side of the house, she could hear like footsteps walking through the leaves, like somebody was coming out the door behind her through the backyard. She said she walked around to her car. She got to her car, the door was locked. I believe she said her key fob thingy didn't work, so she had to stick her key in the doorknob, in the door thingy, and unlock it. By the time she got her key inside of the door, she could see that it was Kyla coming out the door, following her to the car or whatnot. She said she then got in the car and shut the door and locked the door, and Kyla came to the window and was
she got back up.
Beating on the window. Not yet. Kyla came to the window, was beating on the window, telling her to get out the car, fight her. Who is she? Why is she there? Fight her. And she didn't want to get out the car. She said that the boyfriend opened up the front door and was telling Kyla to come in the house. What are you doing? Come in the house. And Kyla had them walk towards the door, like going towards his car. His car was backed in too, so his trunk was closer towards his front door. She says Kyla walked back towards the trunk. She got out the car. For whatever reason, she got out the car. She said she got out the car and Kyla and her boyfriend was just going back and forth, and she just stood there and watched them argue for a little bit. She eventually got back in the car, and when she got back in, Kyla closed the trunk and walked back up to the car and started beating on the window again. She says that she wasn't sure of what Kyla went to the trunk for or if Kyla had grabbed anything out of the trunk. But Kyla did come back beating on the window, and she thought that her driver's side window shattered, and that's what made her pull out the gun and pull the trigger. Oh, yes. She said she thought the window shattered. So then she rolled the window down a little bit and stuck the gun out the top of the window and shot it. She didn't aim anywhere specific. She was just shooting because she was scared. And as soon as Kyla's body hit the ground, she crunked the car up and pulled off. Oh, no. She said she already had the keys in the ignition. She just never turned the keys all the way. She hadn't already put the keys in the ignition, though. But she said as soon as Kyla's body hit the ground, she crunked the car and she pulled off and did not know whether or not where she hit her or anything like that. She said she was just scared and she just pulled off.
That was a lot.
A lot. But it's a story that many of us have been there before. So, I know beforehand, Miss Peachy was telling me that this was a good time for us to make sure for other people who are watching, who have family members, who have sisters, brothers, because it sounds like, and as you said, especially at that age, just having some emotional control. It seems like emotions were everywhere, infatuation, being in love, and possessive-ness. It's a whole bunch of factors that played a role in that whole scenario.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make somebody do something. I'm gonna make him.
Like that, no. They didn't know.
Like the young lady said, she was gonna make him spend his birthday with her, and just a whole bunch of control issues that we really got to pay attention to as women.
Driving off, You know, instead of Kyla going in the house and her driving off.
Yeah.
It could have been so many
Exactly.
different things that could have happened. You know, it's
So
just
I can tell you this, and I've had one of those experiences where you have that kind of outer body experience where,
Yeah.
and I truly tell
Yeah.
you that I could see myself hovering over me talking about, stop, don't do it, go home. But I couldn't stop myself. And luckily it didn't turn out any worse than it did. But, you know, the situation could have been, necessarily, it could have been real ugly. It could have been that I wound up in jail, could have been dead, just a whole bunch of things. And so no one can, let me not say no one can, because I'm sure everybody in this life has not had the same experience, but a lot of us have. A lot of us can relate to, just being in love and not knowing how to
doing
handle
crazy
those emotions.
things. Yep.
Exactly.
Doing
Now,
crazy stuff.
Now, Demisha, let everyone know, and y'all, we will be reading the letter. I got lipstick all the way down there. We will be reading the letter from the young lady that took Kyla's life off this earth. But, Demisha, this was something that I feel like you battled with from the time that I met you, even up until the sentencing day. You battle with the relationship with the other young lady and the guy that Kyla had been with for a year. Let everyone know how long the other girl had been with that guy.
So they've been dealing back and forth for like 15 years, but she thought they was in a relationship for 3 years. He did. Now, Kyla is the one that paid for the place. She's the one that paid for his car. She's the one that, it's almost like he wasn't doing anything but living. And
he was using both of them.
Yeah,
he was using both of them. Say it how
place,
it is.
It was a lot with this trial. It was a whole lot of be carefulness and a whole lot of don't tell this person and that person, because it was so much just involved in that little bit of moment. The lease was in the girl name. The girl knew that she wasn't living there. She knew she put it in her name for him. She knew about Kyla and Kyla knew about her, but they never did meet each other. They, how as a young person do, you investigate, try to see who this girl is and see who that girl is and stuff like that. I think Kyla thought this guy really liked her, because it was to the point where she brought him around people who in the family where we knew she was going to bring him and let him meet her, meet him and stuff like that.
I don't doubt that he didn't have feelings, like real feelings for Kyla, because that the type of person he is, he isn't the type to stay with the female or be around. That's why I said when it came to Kyla and how she felt about him, couldn't nobody tell her anything, because he did have her feeling the way that nobody could make her feel at all, period.
So let me say this about, and we have to be real careful, because been there and done that. I got the t-shirt and everything else and married.
Yeah.
Okay. And so these people will have you believing that the sun sets and shines on you and be dealing with everybody else. And not saying that they might not like you, but we have to be careful as women how much we put into someone who truly isn't on our side. And a lot of times I'm going to say it how I say it, we put ourselves in situations believing in someone and truly losing ourselves. We tend to lose ourselves a lot. And, just in the conversation, how you were saying that, she wasn't coming around and she was hiding things and, she would just stay away. And a lot of times we do that because we know either somebody has
But
said,
see,
"Hey, this ain't
I
right,"
do
or
understand. I do understand why she was doing it too. Like you said, I was her age before. Actually, Kyla was my mini me. Honestly, I did. She was my mini me, and I do know that he was doing different things than any other man in her life was doing. He did show her, different ropes, different, and it do take two. I do know that. I'm not blaming neither
most
party,
definitely.
but they was just putting up with each other crap to me. It was putting up with a lot of when they was getting into it so much where everybody was knowing about it, they should have separated then. But they did not separate. They kept dealing with each other. And he would buy her, when they was mad at each other, he'll buy her these nice gifts and all these flowers. And every time she was mad, he would do that. But that was Kyla. When Kyla wants her way and get what she wants, she would get what she wants. And she loved gifts. She loved stuff like that. But
Well, let's make sure because if I heard you correctly, you said that she was paying for where they were staying and she was paying for the car he was driving. So
no, I guess she paid for them some of the money for them to move in. But for the car, I know that for a fact because
she didn't pay for it. She did help him. The person that was selling the car was very close to Kyla, so I believe he did pull some string for him. But she didn't pay like that. But she did. No,
she told me she paid for it.
No, she did. She paid for it was a Jeep, and the Jeep, all the pieces of the car could come off. He did. He had went and bought a brand new car, and he was trying to show it off to my auntie and take the car apart. And my auntie was like, "Make sure you strap the roof back down." She kept saying it. He was like, "Oh, I got it," and went. And as soon as he got on 20, the roof flew off. So Kyla went and bought the roof. But the first time they argued, and because the house wasn't in her name, and he said leave, she took her roof too. So that did not make him feel good at all. And he thought because he bought the car that she could not have the roof. And he called the police and they told him that he just had to put a trash bag on it because the roof is hers.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was definitely normal for them to have a little bicker back and forth. I think we call it struggle love. The person you go through the most craziness stuff with, you just cannot be without because you ain't never felt that type of feeling before ever in your life. And that's what you couldn't tell her nothing because the feeling.
Oh, we need to demystify that love because I'm here to tell you it's so much better out there. We got to talk to your daughters, talk to your cousins, nieces, other women. There, the stuff that we put up with, and even though we know we have glorified that struggle love, that's not any way. It shouldn't be a struggle. And no, it's not gonna be easy, but some of I think some of the things that we accept and because we're not whole, and I tell my son this all the time, he's same age, a lot of times we have to remember that we're still growing and getting to know ourselves even at that age. That's real young. And so, yes, he's doing something that no one else has ever done. And then by the time you're 30, when you meet that person, they'll do something, because it's a different age and you're at a different point in life. And so we have to just really get to know ourselves. We have to learn to know ourselves.
It's kind of hard. Honestly, it takes everybody around to try to, because these days it's kind of hard for me at my age or anybody else at our age to go tell a young lady, "Oh, you don't need to be with this person." They're not gonna listen to that.
Most definitely.
They're gonna look at us like we crazy. We don't know what we're talking about. Definitely. And I talked to her. I cussed him out. I did a lot, but I couldn't stop her from messing with him. I couldn't stop her from going around him. I don't know. It was just almost nothing that I could do. I just feel like at the heat of that moment, that little moment that all of that happened, it could have been avoided if Kyla would have stayed home with me or if that girl would have pulled off. You know, I just feel like it would have avoided all of it. But who's to say that it wasn't gonna happen later on down the line? You know, why she had my grandkids with her. Because honestly, she was supposed to go pick them up that day before she went to him. But instead, she went to him first. She did not go pick her kids up. Her kids was with their auntie, and that's who they're with now. And they was with her with their auntie, and I'm just thankful she didn't go pick them up. You know,
Exactly.
because the girl with her not knowing, you know, everything, because he didn't tell the complete truth. Well, none of them being completely honest with each other. You know, anything else could have happened at that moment. It just took a lot. It's a lot. There's a whole lot for no reason. For no reason.
I get it. We're about to get into this next clip, Demisha. Because we still got a few more clips to run through. So we're gonna get into this next clip. Here we go.
June 20th at approximately 12:44 p.m., Rockdale County Sheriff's Office deputies responded to a report of a person shot at the 2600 block of Gulfview Terrace. Upon arrival, they discovered that 24-year-old Kyla Cooper had been fatally shot. Detectives believe the shooting occurred following a verbal altercation that occurred between Kyla Cooper and Arkia Tate. Ms. Tate was arrested and is facing charges of felony murder, aggravated assault, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. A second individual, Rashad Thompson, was arrested at the scene for charges unrelated to the murder. The incident is currently under investigation, as you guys know, so we are limited to the information that we are able to give out. So if you want to go ahead and proceed with your questions. He was charged with an incident that is unrelated to the shooting that occurred. That information we're not giving out at this time. We currently cannot confirm if Ms. Cooper was pregnant. We will provide an update when we receive a report from the medical examiner.
Rockdale County Sheriff deputies lining Gulfview Terrace early Thursday morning. Rockdale County Sheriff deputies lining Gulfview Terrace early Thursday morning, swarming this Conyers home.
Upon arrival, they discovered that 24-year-old Kyla Cooper had been fatally shot.
Detectives say they believe the shooting occurred following a verbal altercation between Kyla Cooper and Arkia Tate. Tate was arrested in connection to the deadly shooting and charged with felony murder, but there was someone else who was locked up. Deputies say Rashad Thompson was arrested at the scene for charges unrelated to the murder.
I just talked to her today. I ordered the lifts.
Cooper's cousin, who did not want to be shown on camera, tells us that the 24-year-old victim, who had 2 children and was pregnant, that family member says his cousin was excited to tell her boyfriend she was pregnant. While she was delivering the news, her boyfriend's other girlfriend showed up.
So her and my cousin got to arguing, which led to him and her arguing, and one thing led to another, and she got shot. That's all I know.
Authorities have not confirmed the cousin's claims about what had led up to the shooting or if Cooper was pregnant. Right now, they're still looking into how the alleged shooter, Arkia Tate, and the victim, Kyla Cooper and Rashad Thompson, might be connected.
At this time, we are still investigating what was the exact relationship between Mr. Thompson and also Miss Cooper, and also Mr. Thompson and Miss Tate.
And as of right now, the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office tells us they are not looking for any more suspects in this case. We're live in Conyers tonight. Rachel Aragon, Atlanta News.
All right, we are back. Demisha, one of the questions that I know a lot of people want to know, a lot of people covered this story without the family being on there, which is you and Shanti. But a lot of people want to know, was Kyla pregnant? Or was it not confirmed 100%?
So it wasn't confirmed. When Kyla passed away, it was a lot of chaos, a lot of noise, a lot of people telling lies, it was a lot of stuff going on. I was getting so many phone calls, and someone called me and said that Kyla was pregnant. So I talked to and I thought it was from the medical examiner's office. Well, when I talked to the prosecutors, he actually showed up at the house, because when this first happened, I was so mad and so angry at the world, at myself, at everybody. It was so much stuff going on. I ain't even gonna say what I tried to do, but the prosecutor came to the house, and the prosecutor told me that they can't know anything about Kyla being pregnant, or me, or anybody, because it's an investigation. And if she is pregnant, that's another charge. So I called the medical examiner myself. And when I spoke to him, he said that he's not allowed to tell anybody, because he has to be under oath. He can't even tell the prosecutor, the DA's office, nobody, unless he's on stand and tell the truth. I did not know until now a lot of things that I didn't remember and I don't know, but Ashanti just told me while we was watching the video that I can call now and check. They did tell us that they said that I could call and check to see if she was pregnant or not. Well, I don't want to know the answer. So I leave that up to her sister if she wants to know or not, but I don't want to know the answer. And the only reason we can find out now is because we're not going to trial.
Okay. So y'all had the option to go to trial.
No, they actually told us that it really it's not up to us. It's only up to the prosecutors. We were able to give our opinion on as if we wanted to, or what we would say or what we wouldn't say, and they said that the best thing for them to do was
not take it
to trial. Was to just give her a plea deal.
And they would drop it from, because at first she was charged with malice murder, felony murder, something was it possession with a firearm, it was like aggravated assault. They would drop it from malice murder to manslaughter if they don't take it to trial. So they say its best bet was for her to take a plea deal, because if they take it to trial, then 9 times out of 10 it was gonna be first off, they said they had already got 400 jury, and that it was gonna be against Kyla, because it's gonna be
she was trying to plead self-defense.
Yeah.
And they were saying that and they were saying that if we were to go to trial, it was going to paint Kyla as a bad person, as the aggressor in the situation.
And they're gonna dig all in her life.
They're going, being the fact that they're going to dive deep into the phones and everything that she done been through throughout her lifetime, it wasn't going to look good on Kyla. And if that was to happen and we was to go to trial and the jury was to say they feel as if she had the reason to do it, she could have got away completely free. It came straight home the same day in court. So they thought that the best thing to do would be a plea for her. But because we did not have a trial, the medical examiner has to follow HIPAA, and he was not allowed to tell anyone what was if she were pregnant or not, unless he was under oath.
But I do know she took a pregnancy test in front of me. She took one in front of me, and the pregnancy test said she
had 3 positive pregnancy tests inside of her purse after she passed away, and we were able to go inside of his house and grab all her things. She had 3 positive pregnancy tests inside of the front of her bag.
But they still hadn't charged her with because that would have been considered another murder as well.
Yes, but being the fact that it wasn't They didn't have to look for her, and she had confessed to killing Kyla, and they didn't have to go no further investigation. I believe the man said, our prosecutor said that him personally, everyone we talked to did not know if Kyla was
But
pregnant.
it's a whole part you skipping. So before that, this been almost 2 years ago. So me and Ashanti has literally been to court numerous of times. There's been times that we had to prepare ourselves the night before to go to court the next day. I was to walk in that courtroom for them to tell us that there's no court today. We did that maybe 5 times.
More than that.
It got to the point where I told them, I don't even want to go to court no more. It was I couldn't do it.
They actually told us that the first date they gave us for trial was August 13th. Kyla's birthday is the 18th. That was 5 days before her birthday. We had prepared our mind. We went up there on the 13th, and they told us they rescheduled it to August 18th, which was Kyla's birthday. That day we tried to prepare ourselves. We could not. We did go to the courthouse, probably the drunkest sailors on the boat. But they also told us that day that they rescheduled it again. I believe we came 2 more times after that. And was sent back home for the same reason.
And we went to the first time that we sat down in court with her and him, both of them on the stand. We are Rockdale County. Rockdale County is so small, so it's like everybody is right there with each other. She came to court and she had the opportunity to talk. It was immunity court. So she's trying to plead the reason why she thinks she's not guilty. So we had to sit there and hear her story. We had to sit there and watch her public defender call in the medical examiner to the front for them to show us pictures of my baby laying on her. And I was not prepared for that. I really felt a certain type of way. And I'm not even gonna lie, I really was drunk. I had to leave out. It was so stressful going to court because I didn't know who to be or what to be, how to be. I didn't talk to people. I isolated myself. It was hard because I didn't know what I was gonna go see.
And we were told that we had to go in there and so no emotions.
And if
how do you do that?
Family, they said if anybody in the family come there,
any outbursts,
say anything, that's gonna look very bad on the case. And I couldn't tell nobody in the family until after court was over. I couldn't tell nobody. I had to wait. And shit, half the stuff I didn't tell nobody. I know half the people right now probably cussing me the hell out because I didn't tell nobody about the letter. I did those things because it was hard for me to do. Right now I'm only concerned about my circle, and that's my kids and my grandkids and the people that take care of them, because it's too much. It's a lot of stuff being said. Everything that's being said could be held against us. At one point I was so angry. I went and applied to work at Rockdale County Jail. I did get hired, honestly. But they came into my house and told me that I can't,
did not work there.
I can't work. So,
don't think that would have been a good idea. Yeah.
I know it would not have been a good idea. But let me tell you something. When stuff like this happened,
the night that everything happened, she was on the back porch like, Go get it, girl. I'm going to jail tonight.
I don't even remember nothing.
I'm going to jail tonight. She was definitely going to put herself in there one way or another. I'm telling you.
As a mother.
It's a lot of anger that came out of me. And because I fought so hard for Kyla. I promise you I did. I fought so hard for Kyla. I tried to change my ways. I listened to Kyla. Kyla had this thing where she said, "You just not listening to me." After Kyla passed, I lost my mind. Because I had nothing but time. I didn't know what to do because I lived every day of my life for Kyla. And okay, so you mean
I can't say that everybody Kyla was that's why she loved that movie Problem Child, because she's not a problem to me, of course. But the whole family did wake up every single day like, what is Kyla doing? Because Kyla was the child that was just, She go to sleep in Conyers and wake up in New York. Like you never know how. She stayed busy. She always was doing something. You never know. And if somebody says something to her that she did not like, she will show you the reason why you should not have said it. So everybody in the family always worried about Kyla because she had our babies, of course, and she had the first grandkids, and she was one of the first grandkids. Like she definitely, everybody did worry about Kyla every single minute of the day. So after she left us, we did, everybody, the whole family, we all had too much time on our hands because we woke up. That's why this is Kyla's world, and we're just living in it because we woke up every morning figuring out what Kyla is gonna do and where she's going and what is she doing tomorrow. And after she passed away, we did not think. The only thing we could think about is why we didn't do it with her, why we wasn't doing that with her, but we did. Everybody did. Kyla was everybody's favorite person. She was everywhere.
Well, what we're going to do right now, I think we should read the letter first before we play the tribute video. That's what I think. So we're gonna go ahead and read the letter first.
Can I say something about the letter before you read it?
Of course.
So this letter she wrote to me intentions on if she goes to trial, that it was supposed to be for me to read then. But Rockdale County actually they felt for Kyla a whole lot. They really did their thing when it came to this trial. So the prosecutor lady, she still called me to this day. She said she wanted to make sure she let me know everything, and she let me know about the letter. I know nobody has read that letter but you, and maybe one other person. So
now, how much time did the young lady get?
So, if she would have had malice murder, that would have been to the max penalty. I don't know what it is.
25 to 30.
But that was with malice. But because they dropped it to manslaughter, with Georgia, I think the max amount for manslaughter is 25 years. No. So in Georgia, yes, you have to do 65% of your time.
Yeah, they told us that she'll do
13. That was 15 years.
Yes, they told us that they can charge her with manslaughter and give her 25, but she will only have to do 15 of the no.
But she already did 2, so she only have 13 years left.
Yes.
Has she taken the plea deal?
Yeah, she took it. They called me and told me she took it. They called me last week. They said that she took the plea deal.
Oh, this is fresh. This is brand new. Okay.
All of this.
This fresh.
Us going to court. You know, at first we was going to court thinking that we was fixing to go to trial and all that kind of stuff. Actually, she had a plea deal in the beginning. She came in the courtroom during bond hearing, and you know what she asked her public defender to ask? Because we wasn't allowed to talk. None of these times. Period. It was only her was allowed to talk. You know what she asked her public defender to ask the judge? If he cried when he killed Kyla. I would never forget that. And that's why
she was still obsessed.
Yes,
she was still obsessed.
Still obsessed. And once she found out, so she was gonna take a plea deal, but once she found out that he didn't cry, he cried for Kyla, because they told her, they antagonized her. The prosecutors that was on Kyla's side, they antagonized her. They told her that he cried for Kyla, just like that. I guess she started. Her parents stopped coming to court. Her lawyer quit. She said that she wanted to take it to trial. Then eventually she came back and they called us and they said, when they said she wanted to take it to trial, they told us it's going to take 3 years for trial. So we was preparing our life to deal with this for 3 years. Then they came back and said, well, she changed her mind. She wants to do a plea deal. She had wrote the letter before she took the plea deal. She wrote the letter because if we went to trial, they'll tell us, you know, that was her way of trying to tell us, because they do take recommendations from us. But so we had to deal with a lot before we actually. So recently, in the past month, we had a communication with. They called us and the prosecutors and everything. They called us the day before.
The day before
they called us the day before she took the plea deal and said that before we talked to them and said for us to come in, and we went in there into the courtroom, and not the courtroom, we went in a private room and right there, and it was like 5 of them and me and Ashanti, and then they sat down and talked to us for a long time, told us everything that we had to prepare for. They told us if this happened, you know, a lot of stuff they told us. And then they asked us. Then that was their first time actually asking us what happened that night. They never talked to us. So our first time talking to them was
the day before. That was probably 2 weeks. What we had court at the beginning of February.
Yeah.
Yep. They asked us our side of the story the day before they gave her sentencing.
Wow.
Let me say this too, because a lot of times, especially doing this with Miss Peachy, you don't hear where the prosecutors are that involved, or they take the time and the opportunity to get close to the family and let you know stuff and keep you up to date and look out for. So that's a blessing within itself.
Well, you know, Kyla, being the person Kyla was, she was known.
We can't see you, Demetria.
She was,
We can't see you. Okay, now we can.
But yeah, Kyla was known everywhere. And plus, Rockdale is not a big place. You know, it just said it was something that touched their heart. A lot of stuff I don't remember. But to be honest with you, sit here talking, having this conversation, I'm remembering a lot of things from that night. I forgot so much stuff, but this is my first time remembering in my head. But I'm gonna think about it after we get out tonight and remember it, because I really forgot a lot of things. But talking about it out loud is making me remember some things, you know.
Yeah, I understand.
Trauma will do that. Trauma makes you, it blocks that from you. So, because that's pain and hurt that you were feeling that night. So your body shuts that down, so you don't have to keep reliving it.
Oh, but
and you know, we always can do a part 2. We can always do a part 2, boo. You can always do a part 2 if you feel like you left some things out that you really wanted to discuss. Okay?
Yeah.
But we are about to go ahead and read the letter. And after the letter, we're going to go straight into the tribute. And when we come back, that's when we will discuss this letter. Okay? So I'm going to pull everybody down. And I'm bring this letter up. And I'm going to have to pull it up on my phone as well. Because I can't see that good. So let me go ahead and pull it up on my phone and then I'll read it to you all. That ain't gonna work either. Hold on. Let me see something. Okay. Okay. Let's see if I could do it this way. It says to Kyla's family. This is now. No one has heard this letter. Am I right, Demetria?
Okay, so I did tell my mother, because I still get my mother. That was my mother's child. So I did talk to her the other day and tell her about it. No, if Kaya is watching, I did not tell her because my sister is crazy. She would never. I would never tell her. She would find out everything later. So don't nobody else really. I haven't read it to nobody else.
You haven't read it to nobody else. So a lot of people have been waiting to hear this letter. So let's go ahead and we're going to read it now. To Kyla's family, this is probably the most difficult letter I will ever have to write. That aside, I feel it is so important that I do so, as it is the right thing to do. Let me bring Charlotte up as well. In this letter, I will not make excuses for my actions. Instead, I will only express my deepest regrets. I apologize for my actions that resulted in taking a mother from her children, a daughter from her parents, a sister from her siblings, and grandchild, a niece or aunt and cousin. I cannot wish for forgiveness, for it is unforgivable. I take full responsibility for my role in this tragedy. No words can express how sorry I am for my actions and the immeasurable amount of pain and grief they have caused. Such a short moment in time has changed the very course of your family and loved ones' lives. I will carry the burden of this on my shoulders, in my mind, and although hard, I will ask today for your grace and mercy. And from the bottom of my soul, I pray one day you can find some sort of peace. Thank you for taking the time to listen. That's what the letter says. All right, let's go ahead and take this letter down, and we finna go straight into the tribute video.
No, mama. Say mama.
Goodbye to what we had. The good times still made us laugh. I waited I thought we get to see forever, but forever's gone away. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. And I'll take with me the memories to be my sunshine after the rain. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. And I'll take with me the memories to be my sunshine after the rain. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
All right, we are back. We are back. Demisha, is there anything before we end the show? Is there anything that we did not discuss tonight that you really, 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 really wish that you can tell everybody in the area, in the world, that knows about this story? Because this was a story that made it worldwide. It went viral. Everybody, a lot of people was covering it. So is there anything that you would like to say that you want to clear up? You just want to put it out there? Just anything before we end the show tonight?
First off, I want to say thank you to everybody that understand me for who I am and that stuck with me through all of this.
Mhm.
I just want everybody to communicate with each other and help each other out when a family member or anybody, friend, anybody call out for help. Help each other, even if you think something, even if you don't think you can't offer any type of help, go to that person. Because I feel like Kyla could have been saved. It's a lot of things that I could have done, a lot of things that other people could have done, but I really don't have too much else that I want to say besides the fact that just leave it be. It's a lot of stuff that's coming out. I don't have nothing else to say. I really don't right now. Yeah, I don't have
Okay.
nothing to say.
And
did,
what
but I
about
forgot.
you, Shanti?
I do want to say that I have seen a couple of videos of everybody telling how they feel the story went or what happened or what the case was. My niece's father is a very great man. They keep confusing him with her boyfriend. He has nothing to do with the situation whatsoever. I also want to say that think before you act, period. All together. Think about today,
Yes.
tomorrow, yesterday. Think about everything that's going on within your life or what could be going on in the future. Think before you do any and everything. You should think forward, backwards, upside down, every way that you could possibly think of, because anything could happen. I want to also say that you cannot always let the way that you feel control your actions, of course, but not everybody feel the same way. They feel it when they're mad, but that's why I say think before you do anything. And that's it. It's Kyla's world. We're forever living in it.
All right. Charlotte,
Yes.
is there anything that you would like to say before we end this show tonight?
No, I think Ashanti said it best. Like, we've got to learn emotional control. Being angry is a natural feeling every human, every animal has, but we've got to learn how to control all of our emotions, not just our anger. We've got to learn how to control our love, our just everything. We've got to do a better job at, and then thinking about, as she said, thinking about what comes next, what could happen, what are the possibilities, because shoulda, woulda, coulda is too late for some of us. Some of us have made it out and we were able to see a different side of and go back and say, "Ooh, I'll never do that again." But you don't never know if you get that opportunity. And so this is a prime example and a good story of how to just take a minute and really take charge of your feelings and get out of your feelings, as the kids say. Get out of your feelings and walk away from a situation. Walk away. Don't let it control you. You be in control and know that, you know what, let me walk away from this and deal with it a little later on. Let me handle this the correct way instead of the wrong way. But it seemed like everybody her. Everybody wanted to be loved. Everybody wanted something out
Oh, I
of
do
this
want some to say.
situation,
I do
and
have
it caused a lot of hurt and pain in the end. You know, for both sides.
Exactly.
I do have something to say, and that's
Go
only
ahead.
to speak about my grandbabies. I am asking everyone and to tell everyone or whatever, but do not involve my grandbabies' pictures or anything in anything. I am so for real with that. That's all I want to ask. That's all I want to tell everybody to do. You know, if you don't take care of them or don't see them, it's for a reason. You know, there's a lot more going on that people don't really know about. So I don't want them to know things. I don't want them unless we explain it to them. I don't want nobody telling them anything. And I'm saying this because I really did forget about that. But that's one thing somebody did do. Somebody did tell my granddaughter what happened before we could even tell her anything. And they told her in a mean, bad way, you know. So I don't want nobody talking to them. That's why we keeping them where they at and where they be. You know?
How old are they? How old are they now?
Naomi is 7 and Nala is 5. She turned 6 in April.
And they're the true victims out of this, you know.
Yes,
they
they
lost
are.
their mom.
Yeah.
They're the
Yes,
true
they are.
victims in this whole situation.
And they go through a lot. They go through a whole lot. They ask questions. They want to know this. They want to know that.
My babies are so smart. Like really, really smart. They do know that their mommy is gone. They don't know how. They just know that God said it was her turn. But they do know their mommy is gone. But like my mom said, we have not had no talk. We have not had to talk with them about what happened with
they actually know more than what we think they know. But I found out today. But I don't have no problem with them finding out the way they finding out things, you know.
So can I ask you?
They are with their auntie and with their other grandmother. So if they have any questions about what's going on, I do talk to them. I do communicate with them. Because they are the ones that have them every day. So so they tell them what need to be told. I'd rather for them to hear anything that needs to be known from them and us, because if they hear it from anybody else, that's gonna hurt them. That's gonna hurt them so bad. You know,
have they had
to watch
counseling?
them cry. They have counseling with us. You know, not necessarily going to a counselor. You know, they stay busy. They are some spoiled kids. They stay busy. They stay gone. They stay doing stuff. So they mind is being
this to you,
preoccupied.
because they're going to have to grow up and even learning, or even just regardless of how your parent passes, how your parent dies, it's still a missing piece of you. And so there are some things, you know, you just don't want them to have that lingering feeling on the inside and not knowing how to, or how to come up with, or, you know, just as you get old.
The moments, so the reason why I say we are the counselors is because it's the moments that the counselors cannot be with them that they grieve their mother.
Oh, most
like
definitely.
When they lay down that night and go to sleep, when they wake up because they screaming for their mama, or they having a bad dream, or they want to lay down with her picture. They want to make sure, you know, and we have to sit up with them and talk to them and explain to
Most
them.
definitely.
And, you know,
yes, ma'am.
So and you are right. They're gonna eventually, I guess they as long as we all have each other. This is how I feel. You know, I know we could go to a counselor, because you are my counselors. You be on here every time I'm on the show, and you are the counselor. You know, the community. That's how I feel. You know, and I could be wrong, but I feel like if we put it first within us in the family together, cousins, aunties, sisters, everybody, we put it together amongst each other, they're gonna be okay. Because that's why every child that was lost is lost. You know, because we're not.
And I feel personally, counselor can try to help you control of what you feel like is going on inside of your head, but only you understand. Only you can get the
Oh,
grip of understanding
ain't
how you
nobody.
feel personally,
Yes, ma'am.
and they can't. I'm not gonna say counselor isn't good because I do believe once they get to the teenage age, 12, 13, that's when the anger is gonna come out. They're going to need it.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But right now, what they need is the memory of when they get sad. Always be happy. It's okay, baby. It's all right. Mommy's still here. Mommy's still around. When you was little, mommy used to do this or show a video or a picture of Kyla. The counselor can't do that. I'm not saying I wouldn't do counseling, but I would say that it's certain things that they can't bring them the feeling of home.
Now, I believe that like places like schools, they should have more of a counselor when we as the family not around. They should be able to go and talk to them at the schools or somewhere like that. But like she said, when they become at that age 12 and 13, that's when you probably need to sit down with somebody else and talk to them.
Yeah, and it's all about learning how to have those conversations. So counseling, because nobody has a magic wand. I can't make nobody feel. There's no words that I have to say. We talk through. Counseling is just me repeating and letting you hear exactly how you said and what you said. Because a lot of times we talk, but we don't hear ourselves talking.
Exactly.
That's
what's going on right now. That's how I feel about this whole thing.
Yeah. That's what therapy is truly about. And so as I tell my kids at my school, especially in our culture, in our race, we've done so much of just talking to each other, and necessarily we don't get down to the roots of, and it's not just about that one situation. It's about life. It's about learning how to have those open communications so that when you are struggling with things, you know how to address it correctly. So you get those tools that you need in order to be able to say, I feel upset because this is bothering me, instead of holding on to it and then it exploding in other places in your life.
And I do want to mention one thing that me and Demisha has talked about so much in these couple years. And one thing that she just mentioned to me recently, when she called me and told me that she has the opportunity to give her opinion on how much time the young lady should get. And I remember Demisha saying, I just really want her to be in there until the kids get grown, the grandkids get grown. She said, because I don't know how these kids is going to react when they get older, and they may become angry that this young lady took their mom away from them. So with that being said, I definitely recommend, Demisha, that you definitely give them the opportunity when you can, because everything all crazy right about now. But find them some type of counseling.
Now you see how you see how we sitting here and we talking to each other. That's called counseling. Now, when you go to a counselor,
we could create a program. We create a program.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Not licensed. We're not licensed.
It's a big difference with the counselors now. I talked to a lot of young adults, a lot of young people, and I talked to them about going. They go to counselors, but
that's why I made the comment I made, because I've never been to counseling personally myself. I never been, and I probably have the craziest life out of everybody I know my age. And I promise you, Kyla, because everybody know that me and Kyla, you couldn't separate us. We were so close it didn't make any sense. That was my mama. You could not separate us at all. And since Kyla passed, everybody has been saying, Shanti, I think you need counseling. My grandma, especially. My grandma, I know it's killing her. But I'm not going to say I'm the happiest person in the world, but I I don't feel as angry and as mad because I do have a very supporting family and friends around me every single
It
day.
takes
As
a
long as
village.
it's not quiet and it's not dark, I'm perfectly fine. I do. As long as I can have the conversation or talk about it or express the way that I feel to the people around me, I do. I feel okay. And nowadays, everybody just going to work for the money. Nobody cares about what's going on for real or how it's happening. And I believe that it will bother me more for me to go sit in front of somebody who doesn't know me and I have to retell them what's going on in my life. And they just tell me professionally, I feel like you just need this. And it's not actually them caring or really feeling how I feel, as in my family members or the people around me who grew up around me or something like that. They can actually endure my pain and express different ways of how they took it and what they did differently versus. And my mom, I always grew up no medicine. I don't take any medicine. If I'm sad, I'm going to room and go cry and wipe my face off and go on about my business. But we do not do any medicine. So I don't want to do therapy. I will give it a try because I don't knock nobody pimping. But I am.
And you know what? I'm not even gonna lie about it. I have called the hotline before. Recently, I have walked in the place, but honestly, every time I went, they turned me around, told me, "Oh, you got to pay $500." Or they told me, we have no more appointments until 2 months from now. And I said, well, I didn't want to go talk to y'all no way. I don't know who you is. So I walked right at the door. And then when I did call a hotline, because some nights I do.
Hold on, because I called a hotline too. And they put me on hold. And the things I could have did on hold is crazy.
They put you on hold. But you know what? Let me not
put
say
you
that.
on
Because I've
hold.
heard
They
my
put you on
kids
hold.
have said, because there's a kids hotline for suicide. And my kids were like, I was feeling so Miss Weston. They put me on hold. And I was like, they put you on hold.
Yeah,
You
they
know?
put me on hold.
Yes. Because I don't sleep at night. It's hard for me to sleep at night.
Yes.
And I feel so much better now because I first I was jittery. I didn't know what to say and bumble for my words. But this is my counseling. Honestly, I didn't have to pay you $10 or anything. And
No, ma'am, you didn't.
I've been avoiding so many people, and I hope everybody is watching. Yes, I do look at my phone and don't answer it. I'm not gonna lie.
You're allowed to.
Exactly.
So this is my counseling, and I've tried to reach out the medically way, and that did not help. So what I do want to say to everybody is, no, I'm not okay, but I am okay. But don't stop.
And you will be. You will be. And this is a new normal. Everybody has to understand whenever you lose someone, everybody grieves differently. Nobody,
right after that, not even a year later, my sister, which everybody that knows me, my sister died. And that's like my child. My sister was like on a higher level than Kyla. It's like Kyla was my mother's child and my sister was mine. And she passed and she grieved my daughter so much. And she passed right afterwards. So it's a lot. It's a lot that one person have to endure because I sat here and instead of my own pain, my own sorrows, my own, but it helps out to talk about it, And I know everybody be calling and say, oh, you could just call me, you could just do this. But honestly, I don't even want to talk to no damn body. I really don't.
No, it's like with prayer. You
When
can't
I
let
do wanna
everybody
talk-
pray for you. You just have to be real specific about who it is that you talk to.
Yeah.
And a lot of times because a lot of times we pour into people who have their own stuff, and I'm gonna say it like I said, their own shit, and then we ain't helping nobody because everybody got shit going on.
Yeah.
So you have to be real specific about who you let into your space and making sure that they can, because no one can help you but you, but they can at least listen to you with that empathetic ear and be able to give it to you the real way and not sugarcoat.
And you know what? I'm very specific about who I let in my space. If I don't want you in my space, I'm not gonna let you in there. But if you know me, when I really need the time in conversation with somebody, is in the middle of the night. I do not sleep. I honestly, I would be up so many nights. I wake up in the middle of the night. It's hard for me to sleep. So I probably will answer the phone call in the middle of the night. Because I can't sleep or I'm trying to this, that. But during the daytime, my day be so crazy. So I stay busy.
She stay busy. She
told her secret. So if you want to get in contact with her, call her between the hours of 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. because she's up sweeping the room.
Well, that's that nervous energy, you know, that's that nervous energy. And so try journaling, you know, whatever your thoughts are, pick up a pen and a paper, write your baby a letter.
If you was to come around, it'll be like you write too damn much. Don't write nothing else.
but that's good.
Don't write nothing else.
But that's a good way to read.
She good with that. She definitely good with that.
So hey, you could have a book on your hands while you doing all of that.
Now ChatGPT occupy my time now. That's my best friend.
Well, y'all,
I thank y'all. I really do. I thank everybody.
Oh,
we thank you for letting us in.
They love you. They love you dearly. They love your family dearly. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely unfortunate what happened with Kyla. Definitely unfortunate. But I always tell you, Demisha, you know, it's something you're supposed to be doing. It's something you're supposed to be doing. It's going to get done. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get done. You just have to be ready. You just got to be ready.
And only you know when that time is.
Exactly. And you and God knows when that time is. Mama Peach is on tonight. She says sometimes our family don't have the answers when you are dealing with trauma in your life. Therapy is truly a blessing to us, and we have to trust the process in the mighty name of Jesus. Oh, thank you, Mama Peach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Now, Demisha and Shanti, I really appreciate y'all coming on here tonight. I really, really do. Telling the story of Kyla. Kyla seemed like she was a ride or die. She was a ride or die. She seemed like she was loyal to her friends, to her peoples, to her man, whoever. She was loyal. But at the same time, Kyla also had that mentality, don't mess with me. Don't bother me, don't mess with me, don't play with me. And like me and you spoke, and me and you, Demisha, spoke, and me and Shanti spoke, you know, sometimes that mentality is not good. Because it could lead you down a path that you weren't even looking for. Flat out. And when people take a person away off the earth, you're not just taking that person away. You're taking away their family and their friends, their kids, all of that. So we're going to keep praying for you, Demisha. Again, this is not the last time. Demisha, sit back so they can see your face again, boo. This is not the last time that y'all going to see Demisha. We got some things in the works that's going to be absolutely incredible. But Demisha, most importantly, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for being locked in with me. Thank you for allowing me to be locked in with you. When Demisha would tell me, you my therapist, I'd be looking at Demisha like, what you talking about? All I'm doing is just being me, you know. Demisha
That was
has
Kyla's favorite
trusted
thing
me.
to tell me. You my therapist.
Demisha has trusted me before she has even trusted some of her family members. In such a small amount of time that she's known me. And all I can say, Demisha, is thank you for trusting me with Kyla's story. And thank you just for the support, everything. Thank you for everything. But most importantly, again, for trusting me with Kyla's story. So we are about to leave out of here. Shout out to everybody. It was so many people out there watching tonight. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. I do my little shout outs and stuff. But this story right here just deserved to be heard. Only. Just this story. So I love you all. We about to go ahead and play this tribute video one more again, and then we're gonna go into the tribute video commercial, and then we're gonna end it right just like that. All right, so I love you guys. Demisha, I'm gonna call you
Okay.
once I end the broadcast. Charlotte, thank you so much. Miss Counselor Lady, we
Thank
love
you all. Thank you, ladies,
Thank
for
you.
being with us tonight. Thank you for your story. Thank you.
Thank you.
For being my counselor.
She said, be my counselor.
Anytime. And I'm up about 3. Well, I get out the bed at 4:30. So
Okay.
Exactly. So I love you all. I will see you all on Saturday. You might see me do a little live here and there, but for an official show, I will see you guys on Saturday, 1:00 p.m. Eastern time. I love you all. Thank you. Ashanti. We're going to get them up, girl. We're going to get them up real soon. Okay, we're going to get them up, girl. All right. I love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
No, mama. Say mama.
Goodbye to what we had. The good times still made us laugh. Outweigh the bad. I thought we get to see forever, but forever's gone away. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. And I'll take with me the memories to be my sunshine after the rain. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. And I'll take with me the memories to be my sunshine after the rain. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
I can't let it go.
remembering a life, honoring a legacy. When words fall short, let Miss Peachy help you tell the story. Miss Peachy will create a custom heartfelt memorial tribute video that celebrate your loved one's life in a way that truly reflects their spirit and the love you shared. With thoughtful care, Miss Peachy will craft each video from the heart, preserving precious memories in a lasting tribute. Tailored packages to suit your needs. Fast 24 to 48-hour delivery. Genuine, compassionate service. Let Miss Peachy help honor your loved one legacy with a keepsake that will be cherished forever. Contact Miss Peachy by email or by phone for a tribute video made from the heart.